Yay, I get to do stuff. This should be fun. I hope. Kinda. Maybe. Yay. Let's see. We shall see. Pirates.
Hi everybody, just talking The Witcher 3. Welcome to Star Citizen Live Game Dev, making Ship Up 4. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee, and we're back. I feel like we've only been off for like 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been a while. Hi, welcome back. If you've never seen Star Citizen Live before, it's where we take about an hour out of the end of our week. We invite some developers over, tell them they have to stop doing whatever it was that they were doing, because, I mean, it's probably not important. Come over here and goof off with me for about an hour. And that's what we're doing this week. Sometimes we do a Q&A, sometimes we do an interview, and sometimes on our game dev specials, we sit and watch somebody work for an hour. And that's what we're doing this week. So joining me on the show this week, meet me at camera 2. We've got Alberto Petronio and the sole member of the entire ship team, Dan McCabe.
Hello.
How you doing, guys?
I'm well, thank you.
Because every show is somebody's first show, let's take a few moments to introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Jared. I just did an introduction, so I won't do it again. Alberto, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
I'm Alberto, and I'm the lead vehicle concept artist.
And what does a lead vehicle concept artist do?
He leads the vehicle concept art team. We do the spaceships and some weapon.
Spaceships and weapons.
We do the first part. Basically, we take the ideas, see where they can go, see where they can fit in the gameplay, stuff like this. And then we give what we do to them, and they do the rest.
And Dan tells you I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Mark.
Now, that's Mark generally.
Yeah, Mark can't do it. Mark's the one who says we can't.
Oh, we didn't get even 2 minutes into the show before the Mark Gibson bashing.
We love Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
Kind of.
And Dan, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
So I'm Dan, I'm a senior vehicle artist. So after Alberto and his team have finished doing the concept, it gets passed over to the production art team, which I'm part of. And then depending on the size of the ship, like 1, 2, 3, or even more people could be working on it to get it into your hands.
But sometimes when you're the only person to do the interview, it seems like it's just you.
Yeah, I get credit for all of it, but Alex does most of the work, to be honest.
Alex, rest in peace.
Rip Alex.
Alex is alive. It really
He's very alive.
It just for that episode, for some reason, the way we were talking about it sounded like he passed away, and it was just really unfortunate.
Yeah.
We still carry the trauma of that today. Alex, wherever you are, we love you. That was awkward. Alberto.
Yeah.
We are going to showcase the concept portion of ship development. We are going to make something live, attempt to make something in an hour. Oh, and I want to preface this that no ship can be concepted fully in an hour. Can't be concepted 50%, can't be concepted 10% an hour. But we're going to do a short, abbreviated kit bash version of the process, and see a little bit about how they work and discuss their process and how that all goes. What are we going to make today?
Exactly. Today we're going to make a motorbike that can accommodate both a human and a less human creature, and possibly on a sidecar.
Possibly a sidecar.
Maybe.
All right. This is going to be like a hover bike, or are you talking like a ground
Hover
motorbike?
bike.
Hover bike. So a new hover bike.
Come on.
Kit bash from existing parts.
Yes.
Maybe some surprises.
Since we're fresh of poles, we can cannibalize basically what we have on the poles, show a bit of the early stages of the concepts and start to take stuff from that one, and then go straight into a new one. This is generally the workflow that takes places in the first days of the ideation of a concept before it actually got confirmed and got bringed over by a lot of iterations with our director.
Give us the
And maybe we might see some older concepts that
Maybe.
fell to the wayside while we go.
Ranger,
So with that,
please.
we're going to switch to the screen share and jump into what was a software, Blender.
Yes, this is Blender, and we absolutely will ignore what you're seeing right now. This is the main software I use during my workday, along with Photoshop, but 3D in concept vehicle is generally the most important and most I spend 95-7% of my time here.
What are we looking at now?
You're looking at a cutie pie. You're looking at my dog, which is a guest of every aspect of my life, and I miss very, very much.
No, zoom in there. Let's see. Who is this?
This is Bran.
This is Bran.
Yes, and
Are
this
we
is
looking
a
at
7-year-old good boy.
Show them this, show them this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and you made a little 3D print. Yeah.
It's very cute.
He wouldn't come over without it.
It's like his emotional support animal.
It
Yeah,
now
but you can't
almost
go
makes
flights
me
now.
want dogs.
You ready to work?
over
Yes.
Snore.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's cut the camera, see the full screen, see the glory. Talk us through it.
So I have pieces of the poles that we can try to reuse, see like reusing materials.
Now,
We
if
have
they
3
create
options
something
that I
cool,
really
I'm
liked
good.
from the early poles production. There was a Snoop Fighter one, completely covered.
Make it at least
was
more powerful
a
than
different kind
Yeah,
of
bigger.
much bigger motorbike-like poles. You can see how we can test the animation work, how if there are compenetrations, if
That's a lot
everything makes
bigger.
sense. We went in a different direction for the poles, so something smaller. And there was another one more inspired to something that can
Yes.
actually fly rather than hover. And yeah, we can take some pieces from here and there and see where we can go from here.
So just to be clear, these were 3 potential concepts that you worked on for
Yes.
the Pulse that were not chosen.
Yeah, exactly. And we went for a more classic
Some of
approach
them
with
are
the poles
pretty
that you know
cool.
today.
You can definitely see some Razor
I'll
DNA
admit,
in
the
that
one
first
that
one.
looks more
Yeah, we were
Razor-esque, yeah.
Trying to push interconnectivity with Mirai, there
This
was
is the standard
a lot of
pulse,
reference
I take it.
through to the Fury as well. And I'm very satisfied with the final result.
This one looks
Made in
okay.
Germany says, can the dog sit on the bike? Well, if we remember at the end, we'll see. No, don't do it. Don't do it now. Save it for the end.
No,
It's a carrot at the end to keep them watching the whole show.
we will actively look for a space for the dog.
I can say this,
First
I'd
thing
rather
first.
have more snub
So
chips
what is the
than
first thing?
A saddle.
motorbikes.
Saddle. Now, do you always start with the cockpit, the saddle, the operator position?
It really depends by the brief, considering how, like if I'm doing a capital ship, our approach will be completely different. But considering how a motorbike works and how much of a human appears on a motorbike, which is a good 30%, the first things I will make sure I have in the right position are the steering wheel. What's it called on a bike? Sorry, the handlebars. As my accent can tell you, I'm not British, and English is not my first language. So I'll make sure that I have them in the right position. I have the character fully rigged so I can move it. Generally, I also reference other animations from the game, so sometimes we can recycle things.
Now, that's a consideration. Like you can cut down, if you can reuse an existing animation for the enter and exit, that cuts down development time.
Yes,
Development
exactly.
cost tremendously.
And it's all a matter of balance. Can we afford it? Is an important, something particularly important that we have to do?
And when you say, can you afford it, I continuously have to clarify this. We're talking about performance metrics and
Yes.
stuff. It's a relative development term. We use the terms cost to mean performance and not, money or whatnot.
No, or eventually time.
Time.
I think one thing as well is when you have like these, like this library of mo-capped entry-exit anims we've got for different styles of vehicles. If you have something that's a little bit more unique in its stance, like take for example like the Fury, like we had to make it so the seat would come out and lower down because it didn't really make sense for the player to like kind of scramble up and spin around in there. So it ended up adding some more interest into the entry-exit anim,
Right.
like because of that limitation. Just kind of welcome, really.
Well, they say necessity is the mother of invention. When you can't do everything you want,
Yeah.
you get Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. When you can do anything you want, you get Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. And I say that with all love to the prequels. It's just sometimes not being able to do every silly thing you want is a bonus. It forces creativity.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I wanted to mention, because I know as someone, I don't actually use Blender. And the concept team are heavily use Blender. It's really interesting to see the different style of workflow. Obviously, Alberto is pretty wild with his hotkeys, like more so than most people. But
Yes, I said this the last time Alberto was on. I've been doing this type of show for going on 9 years now, intermittently, and I've never seen anybody
RB
on Blender this
979
fast.
ball.
yeah, he is.
You're thinking
like,
Gundam,
if you're
bro.
watching this as a Blender user and you get imposter syndrome
That
throughout
would
this,
be
don't worry,
awesome,
we've got it as
though.
well.
That
But
would
the
be
one thing that makes
awesome.
Blender a really, really strong software
The
for something like concept artists
RB79 ball.
is its ability to just jump between different
Hey, I'd
like
be cool with
sub-disciplines.
that.
So like for us on production art, like if we need to sculpt something, we usually go into ZBrush. If we want to
I'd be cool with that.
light something, we'll go into the engine. If we want to, I don't know, do like a paint over, we'll go into Photoshop. Here they've got grease pencil to do their paint overs, they've got a sculpting tab, they've got material, geometry nodes. They've got a lot of tools inside of the same software kit that allow them to get the visual goal of
Or at
an
least a
object
bigger
over to us
grate.
really, really fast. And it's been something Blender has improved on a lot over the last couple of years, and it just keeps doing it.
Do you have multiple versions of Blender on the taskbar?
Yes, different options. Sometimes some tool is not updated to the last add-on, so it's good to refer. Especially there is an update every 3 months, a major one. So not everything, not every creator keeps it updated.
Yeah, and as Dan said, Alberto uses Blender, but Dan does not. We're fairly tool agnostic here. We have a wonderful tools team led by Martin Senior and a whole host of folks who work with him, who build all sorts of integrations. Even our partners, well, I guess that now they're part of the family. CIG Montreal.
Yeah.
Even then there's a tools team there too, and they build things like Mighty Bridge and stuff that just help one program talk to another program. Let you import from one place and export to another place. So it's one of the ways that we can operate at scale. It's you slow down if you force everybody to use the same program. So there are certainly benefits of it, but it limits who you can hire. It limits how fast they work. Some people like
Although
Alberto
I
can be this
wish.
fast in Blender, but he might not be this fast in 3D Max.
Definitely not.
Definitely not this fast in 3D Max.
Absolutely.
You have like the different departments as well, like depending on your specialism, like certain software lends itself more to the other. So just for example, like Alberto mentioned that he does concept for weapon and vehicles.
Yeah,
The weapons team uses Maya, the vehicle team uses Max.
gotcha.
There's one example of the pipeline across those 3 departments that are all quite closely linked, all completely different software packages.
And then everybody touches like Substance Designer or something.
Yeah, Substance is like a big pillar, and so is Photoshop. But the Adobe suite in general is kind of owns the texturing platform.
I heard Photoshop recently updated the terms of service. They're now my new dad.
Yeah, it went down well. Landed better than a Boeing.
I'll get used to it.
Yeah, I didn't actually see what that was about. I just saw the memes, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just leave the internet for a day, and I'll come back and check.
It's like Photoshop is now your new dad. Your old dad has to move out.
Yeah.
So you have to call Photoshop dad or sir at all times and maintain eye contact.
You can see him every other Saturday.
Alas, the less I say about generative AI here, the less likely I'll get in trouble. Yeah, we should concept a Gravlev that doesn't blow up randomly. Can we do that? Is that within our ability?
I'm not that.
That doesn't blow up.
Yeah, randomly.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I can make it that it blew up, but I'm not sure if I can decide when.
You got a
I'm gonna
good
say no.
point, Brian.
Astropub
Yeah.
mentions, only if you use a cloud service. I saw that in the FAQ. It still bothers me that it doesn't say that in the TOS. And when any legal
Mooshu,
proceedings
what's up,
happen,
man?
they're going to go by the TOS or they're going to go by something in the FAQ that was on another part of the website. I just
Long-term
put it in the
listening,
TOS and I
man.
feel better. Having it in a third party, or not third party, but having it in a separate FAQ, just. I am not. We should let's bring up my camera real quick, Tom. I am not a legal expert, nor am I an expert in Adobe, and We're just having a little fun with the current social media frenzy relating to it. I'm sure it'll all work out fine. It usually does.
Brian, you got a big point. I mean, yeah, how
Alberto
about
putting that
after
gun
I
on
fit
the
it all
front
in the
there. Oh,
component?
I think it's a gun. Is it a gun?
Yeah.
It reminded me of something that I asked John if I was allowed to say, and I am allowed to say it, but for those of you moaning about the turrets on the Polaris.
They're not moaning. They have legitimate concerns.
Yeah, I agree with them. And
Jeez.
so did the directors. So
Okay, back to my camera.
we're,
The views and opinions of Dan McCabe once again do not reflect those of Cloud Imperium Games, Robert Springs Industries, or me. Blame him.
you're getting bigger guns. Specifically on the bottom turret. That's all I'm allowed to say.
Beer guns on which bottom turret?
On the Polaris,
Oh, yeah.
underneath the cockpit, there's like a big bottom turret.
Yeah.
Well, it's not big at the moment, but the guns will become big. I can't say how big, so don't ask. But they won't look like toothpicks. strapped to
Chris
the side.
Chris Danks is in chat, but they were moaning.
You
Send
can,
your letters to Chris Danks, 6 Manchester Goods Yard.
thank you, Danks, for standing up for me.
I'm already really digging this dude. It's got like it's almost got like a sci-fi Easy Rider feel, or like the little lowrider motorcycles with the extended front wheel. I don't know if those have a name. When the motorcycle has the obviously further extended front wheel than might otherwise be normal, does that have a specific name? Swoop?
Yeah, swoop.
Yeah, in Star Wars they were the swoop bikes.
I know if it has like larger rear wheels than
Chopper. Thank you, Viticus. That's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was. That's the word I was missing for. Wow, I have been off for 2 weeks.
If it has like a bigger front wheel or rear wheel, I forget which way around it is, it's called a mullet as well.
Really?
We want wings.
Yes. Gib wings.
Little wings.
That looks cool.
Check if Ben agrees.
Hey Ben, are you watching? Should we do wings?
I think Ben would want wings. I wouldn't be surprised if he just walked in, to be honest.
Oh, he usually messages me on Teams. Let me see. I was realizing that I don't know his Twitch handle. So, oh, there he is. Ben Curtis sent a message. Let me know if you need me to come and yeet Dan out of there for you. Look, I'm not joking. That's what he said.
Well, you know, I don't blame him.
Ben Parr, however, says yes, do wings. But Ben's a producer, so
I really wasn't.
we can just leave him on
Not
the
that
lead.
Ben, come on.
Sincerely, I love producers.
Endless music is kind of weird.
You know what?
The inmates run the asylum without producers.
I'm trying to think what we can do to make this thing look ridiculous. Like give it a spoiler or something. You know, something that's just so not motorbike.
Bad Robot says, Jared, does the UI UX team use Figma in their work? I don't know if they still do. I know I know there was a big exploration of it. We have the UI UX team. There's several teams now. You know, I know we've been showcasing Zane and Simon and Dr. Emily and Bone lately, but there's actually a whole nother group in Montreal who work. And I know I saw something months ago where they were looking. It was either looking to see if it can fit in the workflow or somebody was already using it. Like I said, people use different tools. I don't know if it's actively being used today though. Ben says if it's GATAC, it needs 3 or 4 wings and they need to move.
Thank you. That I should have just shut up. Okay.
You're just giving me PTSD.
Oh, goody.
I mean, last time I did a ship with oh Jesus Christ!
Why are we
No.
So well, they don't know about that yet.
Yeah,
We haven't shown.
I know.
There's a.
Whoever did it, I hate you.
It's Amma.
I hate
Oh, is
you.
it Amma? That is such an Amma thing to do.
Yes.
Am I showed them your text? That's what they're reacting to.
Oh, it wasn't Amma's idea. He's just.
Oh, probably.
It probably was. Yeah.
Seems like an Amma thing to do. And the viewers are like, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
It's an internal CIT thing. Learn,
You'd
learn about
have
it
to be
later.
here.
Sorry. I want the Star Wars bike from the Stormtroopers in Empire Strikes Back. The Stormtroopers have bikes in Empire Strikes Back? The speeder bikes from Return of the
Yeah.
Jedi. I don't remember any bikes.
We'll watch it back and there'll be like a pedal bike.
There was the one from the
Posable.
toys. There was a little like bouncing one from that was in the toys that was from Hoth. I don't think that was actually in the movie. I think it was just in the toy line.
No, I have no idea.
Don't be like that, Ben
Lost
Parr.
it.
We are
I don't
doing these,
remember, Jared.
And they have to
Been a
move.
while.
and they have to move. That's what Ben
Is that what you're doing now?
Curtis said.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, what are you doing? Are they guns? Like, oh no.
No, they will be wings eventually.
Should make them like flap. You know what I mean?
No.
No. Oh.
What do you mean?
Like make them like a bird.
Yes. You want them to animate like this?
yeah.
That's a stretch, but I'm open to ideas.
Hopefully, chat has better ones.
You know what? Let's commit to that idea,
Oh no, now it looks like very June now. This doesn't it?
which is fine. It's fine.
That's a cool.
Oh, I looked away and looked back and it looked like you gave him a really long cape at first.
Making like the.
Do you want him with a cape?
Well, I want all characters with a cape. I'm still fighting that fight with Ian. I need more capes.
Like he's playing a piano, speed at which he's like typing on this keyboard now. I hope the mic can't pick it up.
I hope
It's
it
like
can
a
be
small
satisfying.
hornet.
Expat Brack? Oh my gosh. I have been off for
Expat
2 weeks. Says Dragonfly Mark II. The Dragonfly was our first kind of, the Dragonfly was our first hover bike, but its original influence from the great Paul Jones. Paul, who's enjoying life in Canada now. He went to work for Ubisoft, I think. He originally designed it based on his chopper. So yeah, similar influence. The very first hover bike was based on a chopper, and then all the hover bikes since then have been more modern, kind of
The less utilitarian,
problem,
but more
Lucia.
sleek, like
You
the
have a
X1 and
great
things.
day.
yeah,
man.
like little rocket stuff and stuff like this. But yeah, the brief when Alberto and I were discussing this earlier is like, let's get back and see if we can do another chopper. We haven't done a chopper in a while, but obviously not with a Drake aesthetic, with a Gattac or Alien
Yeah.
aesthetic, which is what he's doing here.
Are you satisfied with the cape?
Oh yeah, cape looks great.
I was quite impressed with how Blender had a brush to just make ripples like that.
He's an Al-Gaib. Careful, we're getting into ornithopter territory now.
It's just Gattac.
Single pilot ornithopter.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. I especially appreciate how long that cape is, because
It's very held
no,
on.
do not fix it. Do not fix it.
You want me to make it worse?
This is SCL. We don't make good things here.
Okay.
What? Yeah, we do.
Like that
By
was
the
actually
way,
a conversation
I
I
might
had
make a
once. When we
comment.
were doing one of
Has
these
anyone
a couple years ago.
received
Somebody asked me,
their
"Well, what
item
happens if they make
from
something that we
over
actually want to
Fleet
make?" And I'm like, "This
Yeah,
is
what do
SCL.
you
I
call
promise that won't happen.
I think it's about
Yeah.
to.
We only make bad stuff."
You know, the
This is
what do you
this is
call it?
pretty cool though.
Do you remember like when Corey made that bowl of noodles with a knife?
Beacon thing.
Remember that?
Yes.
No,
It was like a Halloween special, I think.
I don't think anyone's. I haven't received mine.
So is that a gun on the front, or is
It's
that a...
whatever you want it to be.
It's a bit small at the moment, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Brian.
No, I don't want to go too close to the.
I don't think. I don't know. I'm not feeling. I feel like the gun.
Give it 3
Unfortunately,
guns in like a
no.
triangle formation.
I feel like.
Yeah. Now we're gaming.
I feel like maybe instead of the gun, like maybe it could be an intake or something that more approximates the wheel shape that would be at the front of a traditional.
It is not easy with the wheel.
Okay, but no, you want to make a wheel. It'd be a box. Like make it like a special kind of intake or something.
That's what we did with the poles, because we did the engine so that with that particular shape, so that it could reconnect culturally with a wheel, despite not being a wheel.
Yeah, I don't know.
What can we do here?
Maybe it's just not as long a gun or something.
Let's isolate this one for a bit.
Let me see if Ben Curtis is saying anything. Oh, Ben Curtis is saying something.
Oh no.
Maybe lose the pulse front forks? No. I like the front forks.
Sorry, Ben.
I'm overriding Ben.
Probably are right,
I lost
Brian. We
the
won't get
Seal
it
and kit bash, so I have to use the the
Probably
post
a
kit
few
bash.
days.
Oh,
or
he says
a
bring
few,
more arrowhead in.
You know, in a few. Unfortunately.
What's that? What's that mean, Ben Curtis? What's bring more arrowhead into it? We're all scratching our heads here.
One thing that
Look how
like,
confused we all look right now, Ben. Look at this. Look at Tom.
I mean, he's gonna make so many good, so
Look how
much good
confused we
stuff
look.
from here.
What does arrowhead mean?
one thing when Alberto's doing this, like it gives most production artists like excitement and fear at the same time. Like one small decision they make here, to
Can
change the
ruin your
silhouette.
next 6
Yeah,
months.
it will be just a pain to like actually get into game. But there's one thing we always want to make sure we do right, but it can give you a massive headache. It's just like, why can it just be simpler? No.
I mean, with the Seal, I gave you a couple of headaches.
So Swordfish Pilot says, how is the workflow with LODs? Does the artist, does the artist build a high poly model and then move to palms and substance?
That's for him.
How does the LOD work?
Yeah, well, where does the LODs come in? They're at the very end, really, aren't they?
Yeah, LODs are like just before we we put it into game really. So we have like our white box, grey box, LOD 0, and final art is the stage where LODing would happen.
Yeah, so how do you make the LODs?
So LODs typically would start with, I'm assuming if you're asking about LODs, you've looked at our production art workflow a little bit. If not, there's some resources because it's a little bit unique, but we basically start by removing our chamfers or like our bevels, which are like our
And you
small
got a good
edges, which
point,
give
Brian.
the nice little polished
We won't
effect
get
to
it
our
till
edges.
323.1a.
And our like small
Because
poms, so
that's
like our
the
pom
Post
lines and our like main
Invictus
decals that like are quite subtle. And then that kind of gets you to LOD 1, and then the rest is kind of
At
a more
least,
traditional
yeah.
LODing pipeline.
Well, we used to do, back in olden days, we used to do that by hand. I'd go past, like Pat Salerno and stuff, and he'd be in there, creating the LODs for things. But we have a new LOD tool, don't we? That automates a bunch of that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure like how much I'm allowed to talk about that, to be honest.
I just brought it up, so you're allowed to talk about
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, we have like a tool that's like developed by the Montreal guys, which tries to use Houdini to automate a lot of the process. It played an absolutely pivotal role in getting the Polaris flyby for Fleet Week. So amazing work from the Montreal tech art guys doing that.
Ooh, I like what you're doing there. Yeah, it's easy to forget that development time isn't just in making the things that the players get to see, the things that go directly into their hands. It's also the time we spend revising process and building tools. Like we mentioned Martin Senior and his tool team. We mentioned the tool team at Turbulent. Things like Mighty Bridge, help our development time tremendously. Things like that new LOD tool, help speed that stuff up. And it's why I think the biggest the biggest question anybody ever has for Star Citizen and stuff is when. But the second question is, how are you going to do everything that you want to do? And that's because this stuff progresses exponentially. Isn't quite the right word. It's I don't know what I suppose it is still right. You just don't know what the number.
I guess there's a level to like the quality bar is always improving, because as technology gets better, it affords you more.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is we made more in 2016 than we did in 2015.
Yeah.
We made more in 2017 than we did in 2016. I think folks are already seeing with 323 2024 is already a banner year for Star Citizen. And then when you see 4.0 next and what comes after that, that you'll learn about eventually, but not from me. 2024 is going to go down as one of the major years in Star Citizen's development. And that's because of that exponential growth, all the tools, all the process, all the all the stuff that we learn to do this better.
Yeah, for sure.
After year and year. So.
Yeah, it was something I noticed when I was on. I helped fix some issues on the Retaliator modules and stuff. And it was really interesting to see the contrast between like a really, really old ship and like trying to bring it up to spec with some of the new processes. And like things like the minimap, how do you, like as a, a company go about implementing all of that new tech onto a
You just
older
leave that for the
asset?
3D artist to clean up. You don't have to clean that
Yeah,
stuff up.
he's gonna clean it up.
You live it.
Yeah, I'll clean it up,
He'll
don't
clean
worry.
it up.
I do the cool part.
Yeah, he does. He gives me the headaches. I just take the painkillers.
I give you the Sulan and you are happy about it. Shut up.
Accept it. But yeah, things like the minimap were really, really cool to bring in, and like I just loved it. I remember when I first dropped into game and I saw it in the top left, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" Just in the editor.
Chaos Gabriel in the chat, your message is, you got a perfectly normal, harmless message, but the auto mod is blocking you because you're using the word naked. In case you're wondering why your messages aren't
That's
going through.
funny.
What was his question?
Oh no, it's not a question. He's just talking about bikes on the autobahn and stuff like that. But
Oh, I see.
the poor Twitch auto mod is like, apparently it doesn't like the word naked.
That's funny.
Sorry, Chaos Gabriel.
So, okay, we have a base.
That's kind of majestic.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
you gotta love auto
now
mods
the important
sometimes.
part.
Oh yeah, how the hell are you gonna get us?
I was thinking,
you still got half an hour.
or in the front,
Oh, yeah,
or in the side, or in the rear.
No, he needs to be in the front.
Has to be the front.
Like a little
basket.
like a little R2.
I get the vibe. Yes, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So let's cut this part away.
Yeah, the cape cannot be compromised.
I mean, I would have put the cape on Bran.
That looks like a
I
brand
see.
new
Nah, you need to put him in the front.
doggo.
There he is.
Oh,
Yo, there he is, bro. Is that not the sickest thing?
can we have
So
the
for
dog?
those who wonder,
Screw the
yes,
motorcycle.
I have a 3D
Have
model of
fun
my
with the
dog.
dog. Come on.
No, I didn't 3D
Give
scan
me
it
the dog.
because
I want a
it
dog.
cannot understand to not move. Are you calling my boss?
No.
Yellow. Why is it yellow?
Who are you?
And yes, I rigged it.
No, I'm not. I'm just
I
holding
thought
my
you were
phone.
calling
No,
something.
no. Callum sent me a message, says don't forget the spot for Brand, but I didn't have to remind you. Callum, he's got it. You really think Alberto?
You really think I'm going to forget about Bran?
Separate his feet a bit. Yeah.
I can let him look like he's driving too.
What if he is the one driving and you're the passenger?
His own little handlebars.
Second, sorry.
Yeah, the little handle.
And yes, for folks wondering, this is not a sneak peek of pets or anything like that. This is Alberto's personal dog
Design choice.
that we allow him to bring on the show.
Give us pets.
'Cause we like dogs. I've never met Brand.
It's
He seems nice.
friend shape.
He's a good boy.
Give him
Friendship is
sunglasses or
good.
goggles.
Oh yes, I also have the reference saved for this.
He's so ahead of everyone else.
I like dags.
I saw that originally, as soon as we started, someone went, "Do you like dogs?" And at the beginning, I was like,
I like dags.
"Dogs? Yeah, I like dogs."
Oh, who's calling? Oh, I butt dialed Callum. Sorry, Callum. I normally don't get to have my phone in my hand during the show. I saw my very first. What do they call them? Travelers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Had my first run-in with them
Oh right.
a couple weeks ago. Oh, safety first.
Of course. I will never put his life.
Oh my god, I love it. It wants a watermelon texture, doesn't it?
Is this going to be an actual vehicle we can get? That's up to you and how many times you message John Crew on Twitter at _John Crew.
John
if you message
alone.
John Crew
Did nothing wrong.
every day for 3 months, but you can't break. If you miss a day, it doesn't count. If you message John Crew every single day on Twitter for 3 months straight, for 3
They
months
gave it a
straight,
good go with that space troll. They gave it a good go with that space troll. They gave it a good go with that space troll. They gave it a good go with that space troll. They gave it a good go with that space troll. They gave it a good go with that space.
but you don't have a Twitter. Well, I mean, a good thing it's free to. Actually, it might not be free to sign up anymore. Who knows what?
Who knows?
That was weird.
I am
Feedback crazy. Sorry.
immensely proud.
E, big Bingo Winchester. There's an E at the end. John
I
Crew.
fixed it.
Give it like a next, like a strap.
CREWE.
And do like a little visor for him.
But basically, we decide what ships to put in production by how angry John Crew is when he comes by my desk. So that's secretly how all ship decisions are made.
Based on rage. Okay. And
And then you have to give him a little visor as well.
the goggles, yeah.
Space Mom Callie says, I just got here. What am I seeing? You're seeing game development in action.
That's right.
John knows what my price is. He just has to make my Starliner. Once he makes my Starliner,
You'll leave him alone.
all of this stops.
All of this goes away. I noticed you have
You can stop this at any time, John Crew. Hold on, let me talk right to John Crew. You can stop this anytime you want, John Crew. You just make the Starliner, put that thing out, or the Jalopy, either one. You make the Starliner, or you make the Jalopy. You put those things out, and this can all stop.
Yes, Brian. I agree.
Really, it's on you.
That would actually be awesome.
I noticed you have like, is that a Starliner trophy statue thing over there?
Oh yeah, that was a gift from a backer.
That's really cool.
Okay.
Yo.
Let's be real.
It's good enough.
Yo.
That's pretty mint.
Astropub says, what about the PTV 9000 SUX? That was the Grey Cat 6000 SUX. I actually went back to it last year, Astropub. So I've made a flying Grey Cat.
Yeah, yeah, you
basically,
showed me.
that actually works with the pipe system and all that stuff like this. But I was basically like, I wonder how much have I learned by recording all these interviews and all the stuff that I've done. And it turns out I was able to reverse engineer the pipe system from the game thinks it's an Arrow, but I've got a Grey Cat PTV that
Is it
flies.
like you can't, it only works on a very old build?
It only worked well. Once they started the resource network stuff, it broke all the stuff that I knew how to do. So I got to spend more time with Torsten.
What
to figure
color
out
do you
how to
want
do
the
that.
cape?
Ooh, I think maybe we can do some variants.
Yeah, sure.
But yes, I do have about a year ago. I finally I went back and tried to make the Grey Cat 6000 SUX, and I made it fly. It looks way better than it used to do. The wheels animate down when it lands. The wheels come down, and then when it takes off, the wheels rotate up and become thrusters. I was pretty proud of it.
Yeah, it looks sick, like some DeLorean Back to the Future.
Yep. I got rudimentary skills. Most of what I have is just not knowing what I can't do.
When you said
Yeah,
like
sorry,
I
I'm
have
being
rudimentary
super
skills, I thought
quiet,
you were like
folks.
going to
I'm
make some like
basically
threat.
letting them talk.
Yeah. I have a specific set of
That'd be
skills.
the worst hitman threat in the world. You don't want to mess with me.
What color do you want the wheels?
I have rudimentary skills. It'll hurt more because I don't know what I'm doing.
What does chat want? What colour does chat want?
What colors? What colors, chat?
Preschool.
I just realised they're going to say every colour, aren't they? They're not going to have a consensus.
Wow, is this show almost over with already?
Yeah.
Purple.
Said
Ooh,
it.
purple. We
That's sad.
probably can't do that iridescent in
That
Blender.
face.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's really the hallmark of the alien ships, are that cool
Yeah, you're right. Actually, the
purple pearlescent.
the viewing angle tint
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Let's make an experiment.
No Helldivers black. I'm tired of black spaceships. I'm tired of black spaceships, gray spaceships, black spaceships,
Yeah, we need
gray.
some color in there.
And we do iridescence. It's fine.
How does it work? Do you like choose your like gradient ranges and
Yes.
just do it off the camera?
And it will do based on the angle. So like now.
Oh yeah, I see. It's because blue. Yeah.
But you can do also some fancier ones
Oh yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
in it. And
Look at that, you delivered. That's what they wanted.
I want to.
This is another example
to
of why
push.
Blender is a very good tool for concept, because in Max that would have been a pain in the ass to do. But
Everything Max would be a pain.
yeah, it is. Some Max genius is going to correct me now and go, well, actually, you can press these 20 buttons.
Actually,
Actually, it's fine as it is.
We just don't have the viewport power. I feel like it needs, but does it have like a back hover plate thing? You know what I mean, like for the rear? Like in between the exhausts, is there like some kind of like, yeah, there's like quite a void there. Should we
Yeah.
put something for it to like balance with?
I would put it back. As well.
put what back? Yeah.
The cape you just
Cape.
removed.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah, look at all this.
Yeah, there is all the stuff. We can have a gun that shoots backwards.
Elfwin says, question, would it be possible to make a segment about this scheduling, time scheduling?
Yes. I
We
mean,
actually
who
did
likes to blend
an
into the
episode,
darkness
gosh,
of
years
space?
ago.
I do.
It's still on our YouTube. If you go to the, I believe the Friday show is called Happy
Bro,
Hour.
I was
when we
thinking,
did it.
Bro,
So if you look
bro.
on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel, but we actually did a whole hour with Eric Hiron Davis and I can't remember who else, where we went through how producers make schedules and plan for development work, and it's the same process for just about everything. So I mean, you're asking specifically for ships, but it's the same information. It's changed a little bit. You know, there's agile and there's waterfall and stuff like that, but for the most part, I think it's still fairly accurate. It's a decent primer if you were curious. That's up on the YouTube channel. I got in a lot of trouble for doing a show with producers and how to make a schedule.
Better?
I think there were only like 17 citizens that enjoyed it. They're like, why are you doing a show with producers? And I'm like, because they're essential to the development of any video game. And
Producers,
I've-
like
I've-
the
yeah.
when you're in a meeting, producers are the like the comedians that keep it all together. Like they know how to run the meeting in a way that keeps everyone like. There's nothing more boring than looking at like schedules and stuff like that for like artists. So they do a really good job of making it fun for us.
Sorry, I took a decision here of,
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
yeah.
Bran is now the sole pilot.
Okay, the
It went a
color
bit
looks
far
so
from
good.
what we
Is that
said
the color thing?
I think it's
I'd
Gene.
actually be okay with that
I
color
don't want it to
scheme.
look like it's
looks
choking
okay.
it though.
yeah, it needs to be under his arm. You have to be under the arm.
Yeah, alright.
So you have to lower the hands so the hands are, there you go. You know, I grew up in the era
Except
of
on a bigger ship.
Benji movies and
Yeah,
stuff.
a
You know,
much
and,
bigger
and
ship.
there's no rule that says a dog can't fly a hover bike.
I didn't see that rule either, so yeah, I'd say we go for it.
I think we will live in a better world.
There's no rule that says a dog can't pilot a hover bike. Now, do we want to consider Now we got to watch out from overproducing this. But do we want to consider like a gun rack or someplace like any kind of storage?
At the moment, I think we can use the same escamotage we found on the poles. That is the seat like a real motorbike. So you click and flicks up.
Okay.
That would make sense. But no, I will still consider something that shoots backwards.
Put like a missile rack.
Or a chafe. Or
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Some
it's a
counter.
bike with countermeasures.
Okay, yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that. Sure.
Can we do like I don't?
Yeah.
It's going to make us.
Will we have enough time to make an animation of the
Hey,
wings
it's
like
when you're-
folding out?
Itching,
Yeah, 15 minutes.
stretching.
Okay.
It won't take him long.
Can we get the German Shepherd's name?
It's not a German.
Oh, I was going to let Alberto say the name.
Yeah, it's a mixed breed. Bran.
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 Bran is tiny. He's not like a big German Shepherd.
Yeah, it's
like-
literally scale 1 to 1.
Yeah.
It's a
I mean,
10 kilos dog.
My last dog was a German Shepherd Rottweiler mix. The
Oh.
thing, he weighed 200 pounds. He weighed, I don't know what that's.
a dog has no business.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's a
that's.
bear at
I
that
don't know what
point.
that's in kilograms, but yeah, he was a big dog who did not understand why he couldn't sit in your lap.
Bran can sit where he wants.
200 is about 90 kilograms. Yeah, it's a heavy dog,
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore.
and he was as dumb as the day is long. But
I bet he was terrifying for like people who
Oh.
never met him before.
he was the sweetest dog. I miss that dog. Except when he tried to sit on me. That was less fun.
Except when he tried to sit on.
Here we go. I think he's going to animate him.
So you want animations?
I really do. Look, hide your
Ben
your thing
Curtis
at the bottom.
did say the wings had to move.
I need to change. Sorry?
Said Ben Curtis did say the wings had to move. Oh, he also said a full rainbow, please.
Oh, for the material.
Sorry, Ben, I wasn't watching my chat. I got you.
Is it a full ring?
Well, it is from one point to another.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, you're getting.
I really
juicy
like
gradient.
that.
Yo. That looks really cool.
That neon orange, yeah, it looks
I
like
like
that.
that.
It's like a street racer
Oh, there you go.
from
There you
Area
go. So,
18.
yeah, depending on what angle you look at
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
so it's zero distance. And on the front you have the...
It's
you have the
very
red.
what is it?
Great color
Hesperian.
paint. Hey, I'm good with that. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
intense.
Oh, and your
It's-
so is
It's
your
a little hot doggy.
so is that like
hot
bottom
dog.
color choosing your main like straight on angle color, and then the rest of it was choosing the camera like offset color.
I tell you the first, the
Yes,
last,
I see.
and
then-
I tell
I
him
see.
to go around it from the farthest possible
Yes.
path or the nearest possible path. I'm so glad you're here. I don't really cannot talk in public.
Yeah, that's why we brought him.
Animations.
This is gonna look mint.
This is pretty nice.
So this is the arrival. So I guess we put it at 50.
Chat's reminding you that you haven't restored the cape.
Oh yeah, I get that back. Sorry, chat. Oh wait.
Oh jeez.
What the?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
That's on Reddit.
Right,
Please don't cut it.
let's check on the guy.
Do the thing.
Which shape is he in? You okay? You okay, guy?
It's fine.
You okay?
Not too much. He asked me to do it. By the way.
did not. You're making it worse, Alberto.
The wings.
The wings.
That was funny.
Okay, where were we?
I don't even know.
Still not as bad as Spider Crotch. If I survive Spider Crotch, I can survive anything.
I'll have to ask you after this what.
Mike, there's a generation that doesn't know Spider Crotch. I'm sorry I brought it up then.
Yo, that looks very Raylan, that doesn't it? Oh, what if it lands on these things?
Yeah, that's
Oh, the wings become skids?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's pretty cool.
Oh.
okay. Let's save this and let's see.
Have you saved?
No.
Save, for the love of God.
Chat wants to know where the dog's cape is.
Oh, could we do the cape, but it's like in his
Just
face,
in
so he
his
can't see anything?
Well, it's not driving, so it's fine.
It's not
Yeah, yeah.
I knew this was distracting, but it's important.
The dog is priority. I will always support this.
What colour should Brand's cape be? I think it should be different.
Was thinking what's Brown's favorite color, but he will probably answer gray.
Because he's colourblind.
Or so I thought.
No, you have to have it like tilted up into the face, yeah, so you can't see anything.
We take our job very seriously, guys.
That's so good.
Making games is supposed to be fun.
It is.
Like, if playing games is supposed to be fun, then making games are supposed to be fun. There's a lot of, I mean, I don't need to relitigate a lot of the press around the gaming industry from the last year and a half. But
Yeah.
you know, there aren't enough times where making games is fun. So whenever we can make it fun, I'm a big proponent of doing it. This is maybe a little too much time on the cape, though.
No, he's done it now. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Well, yeah.
I strike my last comment from the record.
Can we not Superman?
I reckon there's a good
everything,
chance
people?
the community
Come
can
on.
convince John to let us do this.
Remember, message x.com/_John Crew, JOHNCREWE, every day for 90 days. If you miss a day, it doesn't count.
I saw someone say they
What
wanted like
is
a
it?
gold cape. Could we do it like PBR correct gold, so it's like metallic gold?
Sure. Why not?
So here are some of your compatriots that are watching on this
That's
Who
absolutely.
are they?
lovely.
Let's see.
one. Lath says we need a better lead.
Hang on, folks.
Oh,
I can
but you
agree
can
with-
always leave, like.
Okay. So Lath is talking crap. Hold on.
What's he saying?
Can we take a moment and go to the game? Lath, I see you.
What's he
I see you talking crap in the chat here about Alberto and Dan here. I think Alberto and Dan have something to tell you.
Lath, it was me.
Do you want to tell them what was
No,
you?
he knows.
It was Alberto.
He's screaming right now.
It was Alberto.
Yeah, he is screaming right now.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Look at how gold that is.
They wanted it gold.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I like that paint job. Can we just get it on more ships,
I think.
please?
How's the animation looking? Okay, nice. So is that like the landed animation, and then this is the flying animation, the one we've been modeling?
Yeah. So when it lands, you can climb into the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, but you
yeah.
need to clear the back though. You need to do those
Can you rotate that down?
Yeah, probably.
You got 8 minutes.
It's enough.
It's enough for Alberto, the fastest blender in the.
And then the west.
I was trying to figure out what direction. Manchester's generally referred to as the north, though.
In the
Northwest,
northwest.
yeah. Yeah, northwest. Unless you're Scottish and then we're the south.
Fair.
Yeah, that's free enough.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, I can move
And because
the
it's alien,
mechanics.
it has like the hover technology, so the parts don't.
Yes.
We have some mechanics, obviously, but they
Concept
don't- you don't-
magic.
you know, the mechanics can be some backups and stuff. You don't have to have.
Yeah, the general rule when you're using like the Xi'an like space magic, because we don't really like to have space magic in the game, is that if it has power, it should be connected to something physically.
You can't call it space magic. It has a name. I don't remember what it is, but Astropub probably does.
I don't know what it is.
Astropod.
Astropub, what's the Xi'an space magic called?
Yeah, the rule is you can't, if it's
Astropod's
connected to the
in
ship,
chat? That's what
it has to have, sorry, if it's got power, it should be connected to the ship.
Maybe
So
I
like, for
can't
example, the
see it.
Sulan's wings can't just be floating like Rayman. You know, it needed like a mechanism to hold it then.
Well, Gravlub's what causes it to fly, but other ships have Gravlub. I'm talking about the thing that lets like the steps go down like Flight of the Navigator and stuff. That lets the parts be disconnected from one another. That's not called Gravlub. Gravlub is what allows it to fly.
We just call, well, I know we just refer to it as Giantech, but I don't know if it has like a proper
We
narrative.
referred to it as space magic just like 2 minutes ago.
No, I said we don't have space magic. We make a point of if it's floaty, it can't have power associated. So like steps going into the Sulan is okay, but wings.
Wonder if Mark Gibson's watching. Mark, do you know what it's called? Can you message me? I can't remember.
Mark will be clocked off like ages ago now.
Yeah.
Done for the week.
Mark. Alberto's arch
Fed up
nemesis.
of us messaging him all day.
Mark.
Sounds frustrated.
This is amazing. Look at that.
Okay, so from this angle, the red. The only thing I'm not super sold on is the red. It's a little too hot doggy for me.
Hot doggy.
It looks,
What if it
looks
was-
like hot dog and
oh,
mustard.
no, don't.
I feel like we want some purple to blue.
Yeah, I do like
So
purple.
is
Or
this
like
a Xian
We should still
bike?
keep the full rainbow, but I mean, like the
Yeah.
resting color should be like a purple to blue.
So I'll put it
I
on the
know what
side.
it's looking.
I think that's good because it means it doesn't match the red cape either, so it helps with that.
Do we want to keep the red cape?
Yeah, I think so.
Or should we have both on gold?
No, Brand's gold.
Brand's gold.
He's a golden boy.
That's cool.
Can we give it some dramatic lighting, do you think? Because
Yeah.
it's quite uniform.
Let's do some lighting and then give it a full spin around, so that people can make the gifts, and then we'll call it a show. There was a moment earlier this week where I was like, "Hey, Alberto, if you can't like get it done in an hour, we could always just come back next week. I've got to fill a show every Friday." He was like, "Maybe, but I think I can do it in an hour."
Oh yeah, you can do it.
Now I look cocky. If you say this kind of stuff.
It's not being cocky. It's called being good. You're
I already
good.
look like the most arrogant guy ever.
No,
Every
you-
time I do
no.
an ISC,
His concepts are just so good.
my concepts are just so
You're good.
I hope it gets
Dan,
darker.
yeah.
I'm all right. Alex is good, but
I made
to
him
me look good.
quiz.
He did.
Inside joke. We're not explaining this.
So they call it grav plate. Is what the tech is called. Thank you, chat.
It used to be a bit darker.
Yes, and for those of you who have watched Star Citizen Live for the last 8 or 9 years, I did say something nice and positive about a coworker. I've been off, and I'm off my game. I apologize. I won't do it again. I'm disappointed you didn't make my meat ship, Alberto.
That's Hama.
Oh,
I know it's Hama. I didn't have to say it. It's Hama.
That's Amma?
No doubts. Hama, I will not do meat ships.
Here we go.
What are you doing?
Changing the cameras.
Changing the lights.
Oh, light.
Viewport setup. Wire. Okay, now I see something.
The dog is a better pilot than most of the player base, let's be real. At least better than Captain Bergs.
But especially, my dog is a cutie pie and everyone has to know. I think it's fine.
Yes. Alberto's dog brand is a Cutie Pie, and that is supported by Robert Space Industries, Clutter Print Games, and its subsidiaries.
Okay, I
Oh,
think
so
we
got
got.
Look at that.
All right, I'm back, chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
I had
falls
to
yeah,
mute
yeah.
because goofy telemarketers are calling home.
There we go.
No idea why. They're just being bugs.
All right. With 1 minute to spare.
Someone slow him down.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Give him the turntable. Blender. Be better about real-time shadows. As if that's what the program's for. It's not.
Don't play the animation. Play the
Next month.
Really?
Yeah, they released Eevee 2.0, and that has better volumetrics and better shadows. When you go static, is still horrible.
Just let's give Alberto a little clap. Come on. That's been Star Citizen Live Game Dev Making Ship Up number 4. This was Alberto Petronio. Jeez.
Okay.
Alberto Petronio on the keys, doing the work. That's been Dan McCabe doing all the talking and taking all the credit. And I've been Jared. I'm your host, who at the end of every week goes back to the other building and asks if I still have a job. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with another Star Citizen Live. I don't know what it is yet. And if you're waiting for Inside Star Citizen, that returns on July 20th. We're in the process of filming a bunch of shows for that now.
But they said June
Can't wait to show you as we approach
July 20th. That's
a
weird.
pretty important milestone for Inside Star Citizen coming up. Did I say July 20th? I meant June 20th.
Yeah.
What month is this?
June.
June. I meant June, not July.
Feels like December.
Nobody ever looked at Jared Huckabee and said, that guy knows what month it is. So thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Dang, Jared. Okay. That was fun. That was slowish and stuff, so yeah. Let me see. That was interesting. On Twitch, who am I gonna raid? I'm gonna, do some other stuff for right now. I probably be back on later tonight. Let's see. Start raid. Raid Vertigo. I'll wish everyone well. Everybody, you have a great week. 07 Brian, I'll see you later tonight.